Straight cash, homie, I'm DeQwan Young, and today we present 10 great NFL teams whose season ended in disaster. And a big shout out to Dil Pickle for suggesting this video. Like the video, subscribe to our channel, and join us in the comment section below and let us know what other great NFL teams had their season end in disaster. And they say it's not how you start, but how you finish. Just ask the 2007 New York Giants, from 0-2 to the wild card spot to Super Bowl champions. Then there are the others. Some teams got off to such a hot start and looked poised to win it all, but then their season ended in such a disaster. If you made a movie about how bad their season ended, well, you probably win an Oscar. The 2014 Green Bay Packers. Finally, the year Aaron Rodgers was supposed to get a second ring. The 2014 NFL MVP led the NFL's best offense with 30.4 points per game. And for once, the Packers had a defense that stopped some nosebleeds. They finished 12-4 and punched a ticket to the NFC Championship game against the Seattle Seahawks. The Packers led 19-7 with just over 2 minutes left, but a touchdown, a botched onside kick, and another Seahawks touchdown eventually sent this thing into overtime. Then when it came to making the stop on defense,
Wilson toward the end zone. It is caught! Seattle's going to the Super Bowl. Jermaine Kearse.
Rodgers finally had a defense for one season, then it's gone. The 2016 Atlanta Falcons. Behind one of the most prolific offenses ever, the Atlanta Falcons punched a ticket to the Super Bowl for the second time in franchise history. Matt Ryan ran away with the NFL MVP award, and the Falcons looked poised to win Super Bowl 51. They jumped out to a 28-3 lead midway through the third quarter, but Tom Brady was Tom Brady, and the Falcons, well, they falconed. Atlanta made mistake after mistake after mistake and couldn't make any stops. James White submitted the dagger.
White. He's in! Patriots win the Super Bowl!
Talk about a great season that ended in disaster. The 1992 Buffalo Bills. After losing consecutive Super Bowls, the 92 Bills looked poised to finally take home the crown. They pulled off the iconic 32-point comeback win over the Houston Oilers in the wildcard round. Next thing you know, the Bills reached their third straight Super Bowl. But the Dallas Cowboys were kinda too much, and the Bills weren't enough.
Going for the end zone.
Ken Norton knocked Jim Kelly out of the game in the second quarter.
On the bright side, the Bills did play Dallas in the following Super Bowl, and they only lost by 17 this time. The 2017 New Orleans Saints. The Saints finally built a defense that wasn't absolutely terrible. Seriously, they didn't give up 450 yards and 35 points per game. It's a miracle for the Saints. Throw in the usual greatness of Drew Brees, and the Saints had a big year and took home the NFC South crown. After getting by the Carolina Panthers in the wildcard round, they visited the Minnesota Vikings in the divisional round. The Saints looked poised for a trip back to the NFC Championship game, but then
Tatum steps into it. Pass is caught! Diggs! Sideline! Touchdown! Unbelievable! Vikings win it!
the 2014 Seattle Seahawks. Led by the NFL's best defense once again, the Seattle Seahawks looked ready to defend their Super Bowl championship after pulling off a miracle win against the Green Bay Packers. The Seahawks led the Patriots by 10 points in Super Bowl 49, but Tom Brady went on 2 incredible touchdown drives to give his team the lead. No worries though, because Russell Wilson marched the Seahawks down to the Patriots' 1-yard line, and then
play clock at 5. Pass is intercepted at the goal line by Malcolm Butler. Unreal.
That was such a disaster. The 2003 Philadelphia Eagles. In the Andy Reid, Donovan McNabb era, the Philadelphia Eagles reached 5 NFC Championship games. But amazingly, they found ways to choke at the wrong time. The 03 Eagles were among the best in franchise history. They allowed just 17.9 points per game, and McNabb was among the game's top quarterbacks. Philly cruised to the NFC Championship game, where they met the underdog Carolina Panthers.
McNabb in trouble and down by Witherspoon. A minute to play, another blitz from Cousin. He's picked up. The pass is picked off by Manning. Ricky Manning, who had that first over, was to get off the ground. On third down, there's Manning again, another pick. Some miscommunication there with Pinkston. And Manning gets
secondary. They're killing the Eagles right now.
3rd down and 13. McNabb guns it. It's in the air, and it's Manning again. His 3rd of the night. Ricky Manning.
McNabb really crapped the bed in this game. He threw 3 picks to Ricky Manning, was sacked 4 times, and limited to 100 passing yards. Carolina won 14-3, and the Eagles' great season ended in disaster. There seems to be a theme here, guys. The 1983 Washington Redskins. Many consider them to be the best team to never win the Super Bowl. They scored a whopping 33.8 points per game. They only allowed 20.8 points per game. John Riggins was a superstar running back. Charlie Brown, a star receiver. Joe Theismann was still among the best in the business. The Redskins finished the regular season with a 14-2 record. They clashed with the Los Angeles Raiders in Super Bowl 18. But yikes, was it ever ugly for Washington?
5 on a screen pass.
Looks off to the left, he fires it up there, intercepted, Jack Scarlett, touchdown Raiders!
Sacking Joe Theismann 6 times and holding the Redskins to just 9 points.
I remember after the game, Joe Theismann saying, they handed us our asses on the tray and the tray was bent.
The Raiders won 38-9. So much for the Redskins being the greatest team ever. The 2013 Denver Broncos. Peyton Manning was on another level. He broke the record for most touchdown passes and passing yards in a season. Denver scored 606 points, surpassing the 07 New England Patriots. Denver looked destined to win its 3rd Super Bowl title, but the Seattle Seahawks and the Legion of Boom defense were hell-bent on handing a disaster down to Denver.
Game goes into the end zone. It looked like Peyton Manning was audibling, but the center snaps the football and is down out the gate. Guess what, Prime?
What?
It was just 12 seconds into this half. That 3 minutes to go in the half when Manning is hit as he throws. Malcolm Smith with the pick, and it's a pick 6 for Malcolm Smith, 22-0, Marshall.
You know, Kurt Warner talked.
The 1998 Minnesota Vikings. Before the 07 Patriots and 13 Broncos, there were the 98 Minnesota Vikings. Randall Cunningham and star receivers Chris Carter and Randy Moss formed the highest scoring offense ever, 556 points to be exact. Minnesota posted a 15-1 record, and kicker Gary Anderson also didn't miss a kick or extra point all season long. Everything was on Minnesota's side, except fate. The Vikings led the Falcons by a touchdown in the final 2 minutes of the NFC Championship game. Anderson just had to make 1 field goal to close out the game.
The answer should probably be yes.
39 yards away, and it's not good.
Atlanta scored a touchdown to force overtime, which led to this.
He's going to Super Bowl.
Well, he's handled the pressure before from 39 yards out. Anderson is good. He knows it. They know it.
Don't worry, Gary. Blair Walsh, Brett Favre, and Case Keenum know what it's like to end a great Viking season with a disaster. The 1984 Miami Dolphins. Well, this is a great example of peaking too early. Dan Marino was on cloud 9. The Dolphins scored a whopping 513 points in the regular season, and they only allowed 18.6 points per game. Marino ran away with the MVP award after tossing 5,084 yards and 48 touchdowns. But then the Dolphins faced Joe Montana and the San Francisco 49ers in Super Bowl 19.
Joe Montana threw a 33-yard scoring pass to Carl Monroe.
He's into the end zone for a touchdown for the 49ers.
Quarterback.
The handoff given to Craig. Craig batters his way to the goal line. He goes in for a 49er touchdown.
The league's best protected quarterback during the regular season was sacked 4 times.
From the 28-yard line, Marino drops back to throw a pass. He fires to the goal line, and it is intercepted. Picked off by Eric.
The 49ers won 38-16, and as for the Dolphins, well, that epic season ended in disaster. This is DeQwan Young signing off. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.